I'm going to share a story with you that may be familiar with quite a few of you. Okay, the alarm goes off. It's 6:30 in the morning. Got that, right? Okay, now you wake up, pull yourself out of bed, walk over to your child's door, open it, and say, okay, it's time to get up. They look at you and they go, oh. Sound familiar? Either you've experienced it because you have a child that's done that, or you have done that. Well, the story goes on. Okay, Johnny, it's time to get up. My stomach hurts. I don't feel really good, so I don't want to go. Can't I stay home? And you say, well, you have to go to school, Johnny. Come on. I'm not going to keep coming back in, so you need to get up because breakfast's going to be ready. You need to get showered and come on. And you run downstairs. You get the coffee going. Now your eyes are open. And you look, and you realize you don't hear any movement on the second floor of the house. So you go back up the stairs, and you look in, and you say, Johnny, I told you it's time to get up. I'm not coming in here again. So Johnny goes, oh, and then he drags up. I don't feel good. And, last night my stomach was hurt. And then you kind of gently grab them around the shoulders and march them into the bathroom so they can get going. And then you kind of wait there for a while to see if the water starts to run. And if the water's not running, then you go, okay, you okay in there? Yes. Okay. So I think you get that scenario. Quite a few students are reluctant to go to school. But now parents, we agonize about that in the morning because how are you going to get them going? Because you've got to get yourself going. Now, let's say you're successful. They get bathed, they're clothed, they come down, they eat a little bit, but of course they're eating as slow as they can possibly eat. Because they know that if you're late, then maybe you might, something might happen and they may not have to go to school. But that never happens. It never happens. So you get them to school, and then trying to get them out of the car. Come on, Johnny, come on. Oh, I forgot something. Oh, I can't go. Sound familiar? Okay, now let's look at why kids do that. They do it because they're not being engaged. They do it because in class, they say phrases like this. They say, no one really cares about what I want to learn. I hate school. No one likes me. It's too hard. I don't care about this. It's boring. The kid and the teacher has to deal with that on a daily basis. And they try to engage them. Now, in most conventional education settings, all you'd have happen is this. The teacher says, well, this is what we're doing. And if the child doesn't do it, they're looking out the window, they're not paying attention, they don't follow instructions. What happens to them? They get marched out, go down to the vice principal's office, and they have to have a conversation, right? And then the parent gets the phone call or the email, Johnny's not doing what he's supposed to do. Well, there's an answer to that. Parents are saying, well, what's wrong? Why is my child not wanting to go to school? Why aren't they engaging? Why aren't they becoming fully engaged in what's happening in the classroom? A lot of it has to do with this. No one ever asked Johnny what he wanted to learn. High-stakes testing. They don't have art. They don't have PE. They don't have all these other things. Hands-on activities to allow the students to feel really vested. They're in their learning, so they feel that I'm getting something out of this. They don't have that anymore. In some institutions. Some places like here in Santa Monica, they're doing a lot better job. But not everywhere around the LA County area or around the country. So what happens is you have people like Susie Cameron and her husband Jim and her sister, Rebecca Amos, who really had a vision that there has to be a better way to make sure that students are going to be fully engaged in their lives. And our motto for the school, our mission is teaching students, inspiring and preparing young people to learn for themselves, with others, and for the planet. So that's how we really connect here. And one of the things that you have to start looking at is it's a school where students have choice and voice. Students actually they get vested in what they're doing. Now, Johnny doesn't like to engage. He won't engage. A lot of it's because the teachers are giving him things that they're forcing him, dragging them along, kicking and screaming. Remember, in early education, they're learning how to read, and then later they read to learn. But if you can't get students to engage, you're not going to be able to be successful in getting that to happen. Inspiring and preparing young people to live consciously with themselves, one another, and the planet. Now, about 8 years ago, Susie, Jim, and Rebecca had this lofty vision that we could do this. There was a better way to do it and make it happen, and the world would be open up for those students. So we wanted to try, they actually started in Malibu, then they went to Topanga Canyon, and then they were fortunate enough to buy property in the Malibu Canyon area in Calabasas. And they built a wonderful, wonderful educational institution called the MUSE School. The dream became a reality. One of the things that you have to realize is that students have passion, they have interests, they have things that you can tap into as educators. All you have to do is kind of ask them what they think. And our teachers are trained to make sure we can actually talk to students, find out what they're really interested in. For example, in our kindergarten last year, there were some students that were really, really interested in birds. Well, on our campus, because we try to live in harmony with the environment, we actually have a groundskeeper who is also a falconer. So that's how we take care of the rodent issue. Now, the students are in kindergarten, you would think, oh, you don't want them to deal with raptors. That could be really dangerous. But if they learn to take care of them and learn how to care for them, there are books about birds, they're interested. So what are they going to start to do? They're going to be interested in reading those books. And counting, oh, how many birds are in how many eggs are in the nest? Because they're interested in birds. So you can get them to do early numeracy, and getting them to understand arithmetic and those concepts. Well, then you can actually get them to start thinking about social studies. Well, where do the birds go when you build houses and you cut down the trees? So you can see it's all interconnected. If you want to get students to learn, you have to engage them in a way that really, really taps into who they are. They have a voice and they have a choice. So in our educational approach, we're really trying to make sure that students actually understand what it is they need to do. They take self-efficacy, looking at how I know that I can do something, I can accomplish this. Too often, high-stakes testing, they're just going through day by day, being tested and drilled and grilled, and they have more homework to reinforce those concepts. But at the MUSE School, we try to take a different approach. We're looking at the world they live in. They're looking at how they actually handle things. Looking at, are they open? Are they resourceful? Are they persistent? Tapping into those things, understanding how they learn, what modalities they have. You have some of you are probably, I can tell, I'm just looking out at you, some of you are the kids that were sitting in classroom, the teacher would call on you, and you didn't seem to be paying attention. So they stare at you and they go, okay, come on, Lucy, are you paying attention? And Lucy can turn around and tell you everything that the person said. It's not just photographic memory, it's just they don't learn the same way. They need to learn by doing. At the MUSE School, that's one of the things that we do. We try to make sure, I want to share another short story with you. I went with the middle school class up to Morro Bay for the outdoor education. And there was a young lady who had never cooked before. She was really afraid of that. But we're trying to look at self-efficacy, how students know that they can learn, they can do it, and they can tap into those resources. But what she did, she was really afraid because she knew all of her friends were going to eat that food. She had to make hash browns. She had never cooked before. And I wanted to help. I wanted to rescue. But I realized that I couldn't do that because that wouldn't allow her to have the real rich experience of figuring out, how do I get this done? And I stepped back and I let her teacher, who was also the middle school coordinator and the outdoor education coordinator, and they kind of guided her by asking her questions about, what do you think you need to do? And she figured it out. And it was pretty good. A little crunchy, but it was really good. Now, that's what we can do at a place like MUSE. We partner with a company called Ecovations, who actually, when they took over the property in Malibu Canyon, we believed in zero net waste. All the buildings were either reclaimed, repurposed, or recycled. Everything, all the pieces, we didn't take anything to the landfill. The students are an active part of that. We have a program called Seed to Table, where all of our permaculture gardens around the campus either have medicinal plants, fruits, or vegetables. And we actually take that food. The students actually have a chance to learn how to prepare that food. It becomes part of their regular instruction. Measurement, math, science, yes. Environmental responsibility, we do all of that at MUSE School. So one of the things that our founder, Susie Cameron, and her husband, Jim, who you know he went to the crevasse, There's something they say to inspire all of us at school. They say, go deep or go home. And that's how we challenge each and every one of us to do what we can do to meet students' needs. So I hope that you will come out and visit MUSE School. Thank you.